California's Gavin Newsom debated Florida's Ron DeSantis the other night on Fox News. It was inconsequential, which is why I like the commentary provided by The View, which is also inconsequential. And whereas my opinion on it, I think it's kind of important. Welcome to Doug in Exile.
So California Governor Gavin Newsom walked into the Lion's Den on Fox News Channel last night to debate Florida governor and GOP presidential candidate Ron DeSantis.
I do like the slight whining about Gavin Newsom having a hard time on Fox News, because now they get to know how every Republican feels for the last 20 years, being brought on these MSNBC with all these hosts, completely hostile with loaded questions. Here's the Hill. Newsom to DeSantis, when are you going to drop out and give Haley a shot at beating Trump? That's how this whole episode's going to end on that. So that's where we're going.
You almost have to try to mess California up. And yeah, that's what Gavin Newsom has done.
You in particular, Ron, are on a banning binge, a cultural purge, intimidating and humiliating people you disagree with. There's one thing that we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm starting to agree with Gavin Newsom. What happened? I feel like I just woke up and I'm wearing a dress.
You're trolling folks and trying to find migrants to play political games to try to get some news and attention so you can out-Trump Trump. And by the way, how's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
And that also is true. Ron DeSantis is down. By the way, I'm a huge fan of Ron DeSantis. There's people out there going like, hey, you only support Trump, da-da-da. I think DeSantis is a great conservative Republican. He had one job, and that's to beat the heck out of Trump, and he didn't do it, so I got nothing for you. Go home. Here's a set of steak knives. Third place is you're fired. Come back in 2028, maybe, if you're lucky.
And Gavin is
Gavin is telegenic and better looking. Let's face it, he's better looking, like taller. He's taller.
I love watching The View, who normally talk about how evil white people are going off on Gavin Newsom because he's a tall, rich, white guy.
And the white teeth.
I was
very white. His teeth are startlingly white.
White, there you go again. What's wrong with Ron DeSantis? He's Hispanic. What happened to his Hispanic teeth? Not white enough?
Newsom, what my issue with him was, listen, he's telegenic. I've been in meetings with him. He's a likable guy.
Very white. His teeth are startlingly white.
But he was using a lot of Trump talking points to come after DeSantis.
This is the best when they say that Gavin Newsom was only winning because he brought up Trump's points against DeSantis. That is, what all these ladies thought they loved about Gavin Newsom, the content was actually from Trump, meaning they actually love Trump. Just spoken by Gavin Newsom.
So you didn't actually, do a good job on COVID. You were locking down beaches. The immigration attacks were straight out of Trump's book.
You love what Trump does when they're spoken by Gavin Newsom, a tall, white, rich guy with incredibly white teeth.
And his teeth are startlingly white.
I kind of felt like he's unintentionally boosted Trump last night.
Thank you, Gavin Newsom, for boosting Trump.
The line of the night is, when are you going to drop out DeSantis and give Nikki Haley a shot at beating Donald Trump?
That is the line of the night. But what's the big deal about Nikki Haley, who I don't like her anymore? But CNN Politics, Trump heads to Iowa focused on Biden as DeSantis looks to jolt lagging campaign. So DeSantis is starting to nationally fall behind Nikki Haley. Ooh, loser club. Trump, who enjoys a commanding polling lead over the rest of the Republican field, both in Iowa and nationally, is expected to ramp up his criticism of and deploy new attacks against President Joe Biden in a speech in Cedar Rapids, according to a senior Trump campaign aide. So number one, Trump is now done with going after DeSantis. He's going after Joe Biden, the real bad guy. But what's DeSantis doing? DeSantis, meanwhile, heads to the Hawkeye state looking for a jolt to his lagging campaign as he tries to fend off a recent surge by former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley and close the wide gap between him and Trump heading into the few final weeks of the caucuses. I've already said in another video that the Koch brothers elected not to support, not to fund DeSantis, but to defund Nikki Haley. So he's not going to get their big money. You have Trump going to Iowa to fight Biden. And now DeSantis is going to Iowa to fight Nikki Haley. He can't even fight Trump anymore. He's all done, DeSantis. Get out and support the orange man. We got to win, brother. We need your help. Let me know in the comments, should DeSantis back out or should he keep fighting? I'm Doug in Exile.